All right, this is Devin Borman from Academie Duello and most of the instructing staff of Academie Duello and friends. And we are unboxing a, we believe, 1550 or 1568 printing of Marozzo's Opera Nova, which we just received today after having purchased at an Amsterdam auction. So I'm going to use my trusty knife here to not do any damage. You can see I've already done a little bit of opening. And we were already saying that we were not impressed with the packaging, but well, there's even instructions on how to make a box. Okay, so this is the time when we can really damage our actual product value.
Do they have like a return policy?
Okay. Yeah, they did say, well, there was a return policy if there was damage to the book that they didn't report. So I'll say, yeah, you didn't report these massive knife slashes.
Is the publisher still in business?
It might be. Those European companies go on forever. So
Even more careful this time.
we were not impressed with the packaging, mostly because, as you can see, the package is kind of bowed out over the edge of the book. Did you capture that? The bowing?
Bowie. Not the
Yeah, no, I've actually, the various books from the 1500s, especially Marozzo's books, are often about this size.
Oh, they bleached it.
Yeah. This is the original parchment and the original tape on there and everything. Okay, maybe the knife should be closed up and put away from it now.
Maybe we should all stop reading.
Do you want rubber gloves?
Do you wash your hands? Do we have latex gloves?
Yeah, we do actually.
Do you want to get latex gloves?
Do you want to get the latex gloves? All right, let's get some latex gloves. I haven't touched it yet. Okay, the binding was redone in the 1900s, or in the 1800s, is my understanding, and it actually looks like it's in pretty awesome shape.
It's been a while since we added skin oil to it. So.
And there it is, lot 37. There's our unveiling right there. All right, we're gonna crack the cover here, not literally. So that's parchment inside. Oh, look at that. There's my name. Hey, well, we don't need that on the internet. Oh, and they nicely wrote 37 on the inside here. Thank you, Adams of Amsterdam.
It makes it official.
There's no writing in this book. Invisible ink.
Gotta rub lemon.
So this is obviously new pages added with the new binding.
Has it been rebound?
It was rebound in the Victorian time. They really liked rebinding things. There it is, Opera Nova.
And also painting
There's
pigments
the
on it.
industrial age and then the rebinding is right after.
Oh, wow.
Was
Yeah,
it just before the disposable age. Was
Look at the size of that writing.
Okay, this is pretty awesome.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Beautiful.
Pictures, you mean?
Yes. Wow, that is a really crisp picture. That's awesome.
Wow.
It's from the 1500s?
There is this is the prologue of the third assault. It says there. Del prologo del terzo assalto.
Wow, that is very clean. I wonder what stuffy European family that.
This is the beginning of the second assault.
You know that wasted 400
That's
years
the beginning
sitting on
of every
somebody's
assault.
bookshelf. You know that, right? Like, just sat there.
Here's the beginning of the
What's that?
first assault.
The original
So these are in amazing. This is really in great shape. This is really spectacular. So you can see some fading on the some of the plates.
What does the paper feel like?
It feels it's parchment, so it feels a little coarser than modern paper. That could be the mushroom soup that's still in my hand. No.
Are we looking at the progression right now?
This is the progression.
That would be quite funny when you get to like page
Yeah.
100 and there's somebody else's food stain on there.
Yeah.
Coffee ring.
Here's the. This is very cool. This is the Marozzo circle. That's often compared to the Spanish circles.
Really? I didn't know Marozzo had a circle.
Hey Wes, look at what
Yeah.
guards they're in.
I know.
Look at that, Wes. Aren't you excited?
Yeah. It's in fact the word prima appears frequently in this book. There's the cutting man.
Oh boy, there you go. He's got a knife.
There's two targa. You got to make one of those.
A Zulu shield.
Yeah, Zulu shield exactly. Marozzo was very fond of fighting with the Zulus.
Yeah. I believe they concluded that such shields must exist even before actually observed.
Oh yeah, this is a different picture than I have of this. The nice thing about this is that for a lot of the pictures of these, I have the later, when the plates were redone later, the images of the figures, or actually the earlier ones I think are slightly different than these. I love the Lens Connect style puff and slash. So this is the most damage I've seen so far, other than some of the fading.
There was a tear on one of the pages as well,
Right.
at the bottom. The kind that you get from lifting the pages.
So the Spadone.
Whoa.
Oh, there's some damage to that guy.
That was an ex-boyfriend.
It's much bigger than the
It'd
other.
be nice if there was a deed to an Italian castle in there or something. Do you actually
So here's the progression of the Spadone Guardia.
Do you think that the auction house actually went a page through it?
To verify it? I don't know. Maybe the original, the owner of it may have done that. But I think they probably did go through and give a pretty close inspection to be able to give their account. Because a lot of them, they don't necessarily tell you on page 37 there's this damage, but they tell you on several pages there is this type of damage if they believe it's worth accounting for. But the truth is this book is in phenomenal shape.
That's a pretty big.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting fading. It looks actually it's come through a couple pages.
It looks like a paraffin or something. It's sort of like
Yeah, or skin oil.
Yeah.
Someone fell asleep with their head on that spot of the book.
So, oh yeah, these are the partisan
with
plates.
their greasy dew head.
Well, were books expensive even in those days?
Yes.
Yes, exceptionally.
So if you had a book that was like,
Well, and you know, it was already obviously you're educating, so you know how to read. So
Not necessarily. I think if a library had.
Have you been any university students lately?
That was a pretty serious person.
Oh, what's that? I've never seen that one before.
sort of the equivalent of
That plate you just.
yeah, no, I haven't seen that plate either. You know, one thing I like about this form factor is it should fit easily in my bag that I take, my laptop in. Yeah, should be great.
What you reading on?
On the bus.
Yeah, I'll just exactly. Sadly, in this particular printing with these plates, which are my favorite plates, I don't think they have the beard throw in this particular one, which is really the
I just like that layout.
Is that possible?
to throw somebody by their beard.
That's why armies were.
Depends on how long and rigid their beard is.
Yes.
And how much food has been spent?
That's why they oiled their beards.
Just slide right on.
Can't you then also do an armpit
No.
throw or something?
I'm just saying.
I love these. These are brilliant.
Yeah.
These text lines.
You have to do that with your book.
Absolutely.
Just geometrical shapes
Hourglass,
for the
yeah.
sake of geometry. It's to make beautiful the book.
So what was the printing method used for these books?
Slavery.
On paper.
On paint, these were done with either copper plates. I think these ones were done with copper plates.
So
So they're engraved copper plates that are inked and then pressed onto the pages.
so each page had to be a separately engraved.
Correct.
plate.
Yep.
And the plate was not made up of small pieces that were put together.
No, it is a single.
Not like
diamond.
a like wood block or something like that?
A single.
They
etched plate.
do wood carvings were common too. I just know that this
But
one
it's-
when I was reading about this one, it said it was done with copper
I
plates.
know that the original Gutenberg press.
Oh, there's a beard grab
They
right
did
there.
it for newspapers. They
Oh,
used
there you go.
typeset for
By the
newspapers.
hairs on his chinny chin chin.
I don't know if they did that for books. I think
There's one of those rollbacks.
books were
Yeah.
usually plates because they would.
Was
want
that a
to reprint
ground
more
play? Good
newspapers.
drawing.
It was a ground play.
Yeah.
A lot of these plays look like Fiore plays.
Yeah, they're very similar. It's wrestling. Yeah.
Quick, put it away, Marcia.
And
Oh.
That's actually.
yeah, I like that they wrote it in the same fashion, but this is probably one of the owners.
Can you read it?
The original?
This book is,
Alright, our meter is up.
This book is blah blah blah.
yeah, I'd have to spend a little time on it too. Yeah,
Oh, Mike, you just came at the end.
all right.
Nice little note at the end.
Little note at the end.
We'll bring it out sometime next.
So that is the end of our opening.
So
And
when do we have
sort
to
of
send
show
it
you
back?
the spine here. Yeah, exactly, our library loan. So here, the spine printed 1550. However,
Obviously, it's
the one of the I've got to take a look through it because one of the accounts I was reading online said that it was one of the scholars who looked at this particular edition earlier said that it was that they believed it was an earlier printing, and I don't believe there was a 1550 printing of the manual, so we aren't certain. So we'll have to do a little research. So, thanks for joining us at home, and thanks, guys.